Hello everyone, welcome to Fast Track on Herald Global. I am Saimik Sen. Joining us an artist who is a well-known sensation not just in the Middle East but across the West and Asia, a Grammy-nominated singer, Miss Mayssa Karaa. Thank you so much, Miss Karaa, for taking out this time for us. Welcome to Herald Global.
Thank you.
Let me begin by asking you, did you always wanted to be a musician or there were other plans as well?
I always knew that my passion is music. So since the age of 5, I was singing, and my family discovered that I had a talent when I was 7 years old. And I worked on it and went to the Lebanese Conservatory. But I didn't always know that I wanted it to be my profession. It was more of a conscious decision that I had to take when I was, in my early 20s. So I realized that being in the industry is not as easy, and that it requires a lot of persistence and a lot of trial and error. So all of these things were not major factors for me to make that decision. I had to make it at a later stage in my life, and to be sure about what I want.
But was there any plan B?
So my plan B was civil engineering. I was studying civil engineering in Boston, and I was about to graduate when I decided to pursue my career in music, because at the same time, I was always active in the music industry. I was touring and performing, but I didn't want that to be my main career kind of direction, even though I never left it. So after I was about to graduate from civil engineering when I decided to go to Berkeley College of Music and pursue my career in music professionally.
Okay. So you have worked with the Indian legend AR Rahman in Hayati. So how was the experience like?
It was fantastic. So Hayati was the start of my journey with AR, but we've worked on many other things since then, and I've had the pleasure to also tour with him. It was a great experience. I think he's a very inspiring man with like a lot of vision of inclusion and bringing people from different walks of life and backgrounds together. So it's always a pleasure to be working with him.
Okay. So you're the voice behind several global hits like Broken Line, Call Me a Stranger. How did that happen to you?
So these songs are part of my debut album that I wrote and produced in Los Angeles. The idea is, since I grew up in Beirut in Lebanon, but I also lived for a while in the United States. My music and the music that I write is a blend of the cultures that I have been exposed to. So both these songs and the entire record brings together contemporary music with Arabic elements. And the songs always tell a story, because I like to tell stories through my songs. And it was a lot about finding yourself as a human, going through a journey of self-empowerment and self-discovery. So these two songs are a part of this album.
Okay. So you have learned music in Berkeley College of music itself. So was there any particular genre that you focused, or do you learn different genres as well?
Genres of music, you mean?
Yes.
No, not necessarily. So at Berkeley, my major that I declared was professional music. So I wanted to learn with a focus on voice, but I wanted to learn a little bit more about the business side of things, the songwriting part of things, the production side of things. So that has helped me to also dig in and get to know a little bit of like the different aspects that you have to be exposed to in the industry. But of course, being at Berkeley, and Berkeley represents over 100 nationalities, you get exposed to different people from different styles of music. So that has expanded the genres of music that I normally sing, and has definitely created many great influences that I now incorporate in my music.
Okay. So your Arabic version of the classic White Rabbit took you to Grammys. What are your thoughts on that? Well, it's a huge achievement.
Yeah, it was definitely a major kind of major news that I didn't know were actually happening. I was contacted to audition for the opportunity, and it really meant a lot, because especially that the song is a rock classic song that everyone recognizes in the world, but that we added Arabic lyrics to it on such a Hollywood film that featured Robert De Niro, Amy Adams, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence. So of course it was like a major kind of statement to the world through this movie, to get exposed to the Arabic language and an artist that is from the Middle East. So it was definitely a great opportunity and a great honor, and definitely a chance that opened a lot of doors for me.
As you just mentioned, influencing Arabic influence in Western music, that has been your strong forte. How do you do that?
How do I do that? So I always tell people that it's not about, like, not every bouquet of flowers will be beautiful. So it's not just about bringing things together. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of thinking like, oh, does this sound good on a Western chord progression, on a contemporary beat? So honestly, there's no secret recipe. It's just to kind of try to incorporate those elements. What I try to do is to bring in many of my musicians friends who are from the region who play traditional instruments, and I have them improvise over a chord progression or a beat that I created that is more contemporary. And then through that, we develop further and further. Sometimes it's the other way around. I have the song and then I ask them to help me add the influence. So it really depends. I don't think that there's like a specific way I get to do it, but I always like to have this little hint of my identity in the music that I do.
Sure. As you mentioned before, as a songwriter, you infuse a lot of strong message in your songs. What is the idea behind it? From when did you start this?
Honestly, I think even since I was a kid, I never, and not to judge anyone, but I never liked the very kind of light messages. Even if the song is upbeat and is cool and is fun, I always want to know, okay, what is the takeaway that the person will get after listening to my song or watching my music video? So I would say it's even from the covers that I sang, I always like naturally went towards singing songs that meant something to me and that I felt could, resonate with the people, with the world, inspire others or deliver a strong message for people. So I think it has started from the very beginning that I, started singing.
Okay. So you have also held the Dubai Expo 2020 as an artist director. How was the experience? Any kind of learning from that?
I had two involvements with Expo. My first involvement was I was the artistic director of the Firdos all-female orchestra. And that was under the patronage of AR Rahman. So I helped set up the structure of the orchestra. I helped audition all the ladies in the orchestra and kind of put this in like the structure together, think about what kind of repertoire they're going to play. And I was with them throughout the Expo. But I'm currently the artistic director of Berkeley, Abu Dhabi. So I had too many things happening at the same time between my career as an artist and artistic director in two establishments. So I had to leave them after Expo. And my second involvement with Expo was that I sang the theme song of Expo 2020 alongside a very big artist from the region called Hussein al-Jasmi. And I believe I was chosen to sing the song because of the bridge of the different styles of music that was represented in the song. And it's something that I've been doing, since a very long time. And so my role in the song was to create that bridge between the East and the West.
Okay. So what would be your message to the artists who aspire to be in this industry of music?
So this is part of my daily kind of awareness mentorship endeavor that I try to do with all of our students at Berkeley Abu Dhabi, because a lot of them are aspiring artists. I think it's creating awareness about many different career opportunities for that musicians can have in the industry, as encouraging them to step out of the box, to try different things, to not always be kind of influenced by what's going on around them. Because in order to create something new, it has to come from the heart. And also creating awareness that this is a tough industry. There's a lot of deceptions. There's a lot of, it's a long journey and it's a lot to do, especially today, because labels don't come and produce artists anymore. You have to think of yourself as an entrepreneur. So I strive to create awareness about all these different elements so that artists know ahead of time what the journey is going to look like. And if they're ready for it, go for it. But if they're not, it's better for me to create awareness, about it. And if they say, I don't want to do it, at least they wouldn't have wasted their time and they would have known what to expect and not get, negative surprises throughout the journey. It is a beautiful journey, but it's a tough journey for sure.
So would you suggest them to have a plan B in place?
Because no, I always say I want to, I think that whenever you think about your plan B, you will never be great at your plan A. When I decided to pursue music as a business, I that's why it took me some time. It's because I knew that once I was going to make this decision, I wasn't going to look back. So I think in any endeavor that you have in life, of course, it's good to be safe and to think about a safe option, but it's not something that I would invest much in because I will never be fully focused on plan.
Okay. Lastly, my last question to you. Yeah. How does it feel to receive the Pride of UAE award?
Well, honestly, it was a beautiful, it's a great honor. So thank you so much for considering me for it. I really feel thankful to be in this country. I think that with the developments and all the investment in culture and arts, that it is the right place for me to be. I had lived in the United States for 15 years. And since I moved here, it was supposed to be just a year for me to help set up the campus. But then I realized that no, I feel that I can do a lot of things here and I can contribute to the society. So it's, and the cultural scene and the musical scene for sure. So it's such a great honor, and I want to thank you for that. So I'm looking forward to meeting all the other awardees during the night. So yeah, and look forward to working more and more in the industry to help hopefully inspire a new generation of artists.
Of course. So thank you so much, Mayssa Karaa. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.